Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's Georgia Bulldog Will here, and whoa, shows my own shoes. I'm recapping this past Sunday's Lions-Jets game, which I was at, and I'll just say it was a great game. Despite us losing, it was a phenomenal game. Jets kept it close. I feel like we had many opportunities that we could have scored. We had many drop passes. I'll tell you one thing. Terrible offensive line. The offensive line was absolutely garbage on Sunday, okay? I expect a lot better. You know what? I know at this time I would usually be talking about the draft as a Jets fan, but we are in the playoff. We are hunting. We are trying to get to the playoffs. What I'm saying is I think what we need to do is when the draft comes this April, or whenever it is, I keep forgetting. When the draft happens, I think we need to draft offensive linemen and offensive tackles, nose guards. Nobody can block. I mean, seriously, nobody can block. This isn't Zach's fault that he's getting sacked. It's the offensive line's fault. They're not blocking. If he doesn't get a pass off quickly, he has to do these quick passes because you guys aren't giving him time. Because you're not blocking. What the hell? Why can't you block? What has happened on this offensive line? It was doing okay recently. Now it sucks. It was terrible. What is wrong? I mean, what is wrong with the offensive line? That's one problem. Two, the stupid play calling. Why is Mike LaFleur running it up the middle every time? Why? Why is Mike LaFleur always doing these stupid rushing routes, the run routes? They're absolutely garbage. They go to no avail. You're going to get 2 yards on a rush. Bam Knight gets swallowed up every time he runs the ball. Every time. So, 2, Mike LaFleur, your play calling sucks. And 3, Robert Saleh, your clock management at the end was horrible. What the hell? I was screaming, and I mean screaming. My voice was already gone, but I was screaming from the stands, shouting, "Timeout! Timeout!" The entire stadium was shouting timeout. All the fans were shouting timeout, timeout. It was after the Garrett Wilson catch that got us in the Lions territory. I was like, timeout! Call a timeout! I don't know what the hell's going on. How is it so hard to tell yourself that this is the moment where you gotta call a timeout? He's like, I'm gonna save timeout. Stop saving timeouts! Don't be like Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles was a timeout saver. Don't be like him. That's why we had no time and we had to have Greg the Leg come out and attempt a field goal, which he missed. I'm not going to put blame on him. I'm also not going to put blame on the defense for that touchdown. Yes, they make mistakes. That happens. Sorry. That just happens. Don't know what to tell you. So I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, when is the O-line going to improve? When is Mike LaFleur going to stop being a moron and have stupid play calling all the time? Because that's ruining us. And when is Robert Saleh going to learn how to manage a clock? Unbelievable. Now, I'll give credit. Detroit is a good team. They're not a team to sleep on. Detroit's not a team to sleep on. And neither is Jacksonville. Jacksonville just came off of a huge win against the Cowboys. They beat the Ravens. Who have the Jaguars beaten this year? They're 6 and they're not 6 and yeah, they are 6 and wait, what? Hold on. What's the Jaguars record? Are they 6 and 8, I think? I think the Jaguars are 6 and 8. The Jaguars are 6 and 8. Who have the Jaguars beaten this year? Let me see. Who have the Jaguars beaten this year? They have beaten the Colts, the Chargers. They have beaten the Raiders. They've beaten the Ravens. They've beaten the Titans and they've beaten the Cowboys. They've beaten some pretty good teams. The Ravens, that's a really good team they beat. They beat the the Colts, whatever. They beat the Chargers. The Chargers are a good team. Yeah, the Chargers are a good team. And the Cowboys, yeah, that's another good team. Sorry about that. They can beat any team. They can beat any team. And they certainly can beat the Jets. If we don't do those three stupid things, if Mike LaFleur learns how to make better play calls, if the offensive line can freaking block for once and not just give up immediately and have Zach take a bunch of sacks. It's not his fault he's getting sacked. At least he's not running around like a freaking idiot in the backfield. Because that's what he did before he got benched. And he comes back and he actually plays pretty solid. He put up like Mike White numbers. Yet despite the interception, that happens. Okay? That happens. Also, Braxton Berrios, learn how to catch a football for once. I know you made some other catches, but the catch over the middle, you're wide open. I don't care that the pass is thrown too hard. You are wide open. I don't understand. You're wide open. Unbelievable. You are wide open. So Zach, I'm not putting blame. I'm not blaming Zach at all for the loss. Zach deserves zero blame. If any of you were blaming Zach Wilson after the loss, you need to think for a sec. You need to think about that real quick. You really got to think about that because you understand he actually did much better. He threw for over 300 passing yards. That's Mike White numbers. 2 touchdowns and an interception, but that happens. That's Mike White numbers. In the beginning, Zach did not trust himself, and he was using the run game a lot. This time, he was trusting himself, and he had over 300 passing yards and 2 touchdown passes, which were both to C.J. Uzomah. So, Zach actually played a lot better. Did he play his best game of his career? Well, no. He can do better. He connected with Elijah Moore. He was able to connect with Elijah Moore. Yeah, that pass you saw when Garrett Wilson got frustrated. Yeah, I understand Garrett Wilson got frustrated because Zach threw the ball too hard. Yes, Zach did, okay? On the Berrios one, yes, Zach threw it a little too hard, but I feel like Berrios could have caught that one. He was able to connect with Elijah Moore. He had that circus throw that Carter caught. I mean, my goodness. So I'm not blaming Zach at all for the loss. At all. Is there things he can improve on? Absolutely. Absolutely. He can work on scrambling when he can, if he has the ability to, take it himself. Run for the first down if you have a chance. Just run, bro. If you have the chance to run for a first down, do it. You got to process that in your mind. In the heat of the moment, you got to be like, hey, I can run for this first down. Then do it. But honestly, we need to stop using, on the offensive line, we need to stop using this excuse of, oh, Elijah Vera Tucker's out. Oh, George Fant is, I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it anymore. Okay? I don't want to hear it anymore. You need to step up and do your job. I don't give 2 craps or 2 S words about, I don't give 2 S words about injuries. I get it. But you know what? It's your job to protect Zach. Create space. Create lanes for Bam Knight and Michael Carter and Ty Johnson. And if James Robinson somehow is in the lineup, he's been inactive recently. I think we should bring him back in. Yes, Bam Knight he gets swallowed up every time because there's no blocking on the offensive line. Okay? So tomorrow night, I expect so much better on that offensive line. Give Zach time. Mike LaFleur, stop doing dumb routes. These stupid, it's like, on like the fourth and, like third down and long, Mike LaFleur's like, let's just do a little screen pass over to the left and let's get as many yards as possible. No! That's not going to do you any good. Take risks. Mike LaFleur is not a risk taker. He's not. Okay? Take risks. They might pay off. So, and also, Robert Saleh, please manage a clock better. Please. Stop saving your timeouts. Elijah didn't get out of bounds. You're so damn lucky you called a timeout with 1 second left. Originally, the game was over, but you called a timeout with 1 second, and then Zuerlein missed a field goal, and I'm not going to put blame on Zuerlein. He can work on his stuff. I'm not going to blame him for the loss. I blame Robert Saleh, and I blame the coaching staff for the loss, and I blame the offensive line too. I don't blame the defense. I think the defense has been relied on way too much at the end of games. They have, okay? We need to stop relying on the defense, all right? This is where the offense does their job and they play a good game. Let's go. We need to save our season tomorrow night. If we lose, we're not going to the playoffs. That's it. Tomorrow night is when the fate of our season is determined. Let's go, baby. We beat Jacksonville last year. We can do it again. Let's go. Let's go, Jets. I'm not giving up on this team until the season is over. Even if we lose tomorrow, I will still be excited for the last 2 games. I want to beat Seattle. We haven't beaten Seattle in freaking 18 years. And I want to sweep Miami. I'd like to sweep Miami. That would make me feel good. That we swept an AFC East opponent. Awesome. Hell yeah. So, let's do this. Let's win this game, and let's save our season. Let's go, baby. I'll see you guys later, and go Jets!